Go ahead and start that up, passing like the damn relay. You forgot your place, now we in your face, it's time to pay.
It's TGI Now time, back again in the K420 studio discussing real authentic truth talk, freedom of speech, and living in the now. Freeing your mind.
One episode at a time. Shit, we trying.
Boom. All right, TGI Now time, back again in the K420 studio. After the Milton, Hurricane Milton.
Milton, that's what it was. It was Milton, right?
Milton, right? Milton.
We didn't even get hit by him. We got hit by 170 tornadoes.
Yeah.
Right? How about all those
Tornadoes hit us hard, though.
That was
Fucking tornadoes. We got outer bands more than anything. The rain wasn't even that bad.
no.
Not really. We didn't get a lot of rain. We got some wind. Because of the tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got a guest in the house. We got a former guest, Dan, the Wawa man, Silvestri, back in the house. What's up, brother?
Hey.
Good to be here.
Good to see you.
appreciate it,
Yeah, man. It's good to see you. Good to have you back. We wanted to bring you back. We've
been trying to get you. We were talking about getting you back now for about 2 months now.
Oh, easily, yeah. Because we with all the homeless stuff going on, and then the last podcast we did with you, about 2 years ago, discussing the economy and the way things are going, and the homeless population was growing at that time, and now we see it what it is in Vero alone.
It's gotten worse.
It's gotten a lot worse. So we wanted to bring you back in, give us some insight on what you've seen, talk about the relief for Milton. Obviously, you're going through that, and a bunch of other things.
And the no relief, you could talk about that over there, Rondell, how you got no relief.
Yeah, Rondell's neighborhood, about the FEMA. We talked about FEMA last podcast. We talked about a lot of this in the last podcast. So,
Did you?
So it kind of dovetails right in. We were warning people about the geoengineering and the storm coming and how they're just directing it.
All the money with FEMA giving the money to all the immigrants and the survivors. None of us are getting any money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you see?
And that's
lately?
all true. Well, the city of Port St. Lucie, they dedicated $400,000 to try to target homeless people. But you gotta make your own income, because they'll pay your deposit and a couple of months' rent,
Okay.
and then you're on your own.
Okay.
But that'll really help some people. Okay,
Big time,
a lot.
especially now. Yeah.
So but that's strictly for the city of Port St. Lucie. You can't come up to Fort Pierce with that. Okay.
Okay.
I know right now there's a center open, a rescue center open at the Finn Center in Fort Pierce.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to be open at least this week. And if you go there, we have people there that will interview you and see if we can't get you funding. I work for the Geographic COC, which is Continuum of Care, Treasure Coast Homeless Services Council. We get, of course, most of our money from housing, urban development, and our largest grants usually, they call it ESG, it's Emergency Solutions Grant. And we can help people with, security and first month's rent normally is what we do.
Okay.
We do help some people with utility.
Okay.
We do, help with that also.
Yeah, because it's so. Right now, in order to get a place, even a $1,500 place, you got to have $4,500. Who has that? Especially a homeless person.
No.
They don't
You're
have
right.
it.
No, it's crazy. What we're doing now is, since you brought that up, I'll go right into this. We have at 38th Place, right here, north of the hospital, same side of the road, we have what we call a rapid respite center. We have a contract with Cleveland Clinic. Anybody that gets discharged homeless, we take them there. Okay.
Right.
If it's a male, if it's a female, we have Naomi's Place, which is right off. I won't tell you where it is.
Yeah.
They might not want me to.
Gotcha.
Right.
But anyway, if it's a female, we send a female to that place. So, which is good. So that's two places that can take a certain population of the homeless in Indian River County immediately.
Okay.
Is that only from the hospital, or?
It's only, right. No, well, Naomi's Place, we take people from the public as well. but not the rapid respite. Has to be the hospital.
Okay.
In a sense, they're getting cut a break because what if they got a female? We can't take the female. We're supposed to.
Exactly.
So we got to send the female someplace.
Yeah.
Right.
And then in Fort Pierce, I work at a men's shelter. And there's also a women's shelter down there. Okay. We're doing a lot of shared housing. That's the point I wanted to get at what you talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You can't afford to get into a place. So we can use the grant for the first and security and get them into like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath where there's 3 people renting the home.
Right. Roommates.
So their rent will be with utilities. It'll be about $825.
Oof. Okay.
People can afford that,
Yeah.
even if they're one of the ones that only has a check for like $945.
At least they can
I mean,
swing
they're
it.
squeaking.
Yeah, but they're swinging
They
it.
get food stamps and they can do it.
Yeah.
So we're doing a lot of that shared housing. The other thing
Okay.
Treasure Coast is doing a lot of is master leases. We'll go to a landlord that has 6, 8 places they want to rent, and we'll lease them all from them.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll be responsible for minor type maintenance.
Right.
Okay. But just think of the landlord.
Yeah.
He gets one big check
That's it.
each month,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have to chase rents around.
Right.
So, I mean, it's very,
That makes sense.
they're motivated. But
Yeah.
we're motivated because
100%.
now we can put in there who we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not all the background checks and all this other stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm trying to help somebody, and I won't mention their name. And this is the same thing: background checks. You know, having to come up with that amount of money. I mean, even a room for rent is $900 with rules.
Oh, it's crazy.
A room,
It's crazy.
$900, and then you have rules.
And it's not even
man, you
not
got
even the
rules.
master room.
Yeah, no, it's a
Not
little
even
bedroom. You got to
the
share the bathroom. It's the little room, and that's probably. I mean, that's my mortgage, to be honest with you. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So it's crazy how someone trying to get their feet up. It's almost impossible for them to get their feet up.
Yeah.
To get their feet off the ground, trying to fucking, you know. So
There's no starting ground. There's a starting platform.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I talked to a guy back when you and I were seeing each other more often, and the housing started to get crazy.
Yeah.
I talked to a guy who had rented a 2-bedroom apartment in Vero for like $750 a month, and he was in there for like 10 years. And then some New York outfit bought the whole place and wanted to jack his rent to like $1,300 overnight.
Overnight. Wow.
You know, now supposedly they have laws about that.
The lighter.
And by the way, guys, we should talk about that new law too, the one that went into effect October 2nd.
Okay.
About the homeless people not being able to, sleep or basically hang out in public places and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, now don't get me wrong. I love 95% of what DeSantis does because he's a conservative. I'm a conservative. And he dismantles those supposedly journalists that come after him. You know, he doesn't take crap from them. He's a direct communicator, and I appreciate all that stuff. And I think for the most part, he is transparent. He's a truth teller.
Yeah.
Okay. But trying to outlaw homelessness is like trying to outlaw poverty.
Right.
You're not going to do it.
can't happen.
It's like some movie shit. That's like some.
I mean,
that sounds like some evil movie shit.
yeah.
Like all the homeless people, we don't want to see you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why
That's what he's saying. I don't want to see you no more.
And that's exactly what it comes down to.
But then
You're
I don't
going to
know.
have to hide deeper and more effectively because basically when people come to town, they don't want anybody saying, "Oh, I saw a homeless guy over there."
don't
You know what I'm saying?
see
They don't want that happening.
Don't drive down US 1.
So
Because US 1, the homeless are laying on the sidewalk. Laid
here,
right out.
Vero.
Yeah, Vero
Yeah.
Beach.
Yeah.
Drive down Vero Beach.
It's bad. It's
They're
literally
sleeping
public
on the sidewalks of Vero Beach.
Yeah.
No, I
Of
haven't.
US 1.
They don't early-
Not in the woods, in the sidewalks.
Yeah.
On
They
the
turn the
sidewalks,
woods
man.
down.
Happens in CB,
Wow,
in
things have
front of
changed.
Walgreens. You go 12th Street. I mean, I know you have the source there, but right in the corner, which is US 1, there's about 6 of them
Just crashed out. Yeah.
on the
It's
sidewalk.
getting bad. It's getting really bad.
Yeah. And the population is getting younger.
Yeah. They're
You
getting
see younger people with backpacks fucking walking, couples.
younger people, wow.
Yeah, you do. You see younger
You don't
people.
see, the homeless population isn't the bum under the bridge anymore.
No.
The homeless population and people who have jobs, cell phones, they just can't afford housing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll go with you on that.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Housing is fucking outrageous.
It is.
Food is outrageous. I mean, you know, I saw something on Facebook. It made kind of sense. Goodwill, why don't you take a month and give stuff away? It's given to you for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean,
You know, everything is money, and these people don't have it.
Now, you got a paper there. It's not Goodwill, but it's the Up Center.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what they're doing, but they might be giving a lot of stuff away.
Yeah, it looks like
That's why if you
Yeah.
and then if you run into people, you know, he should have a couple of those.
Yeah, I'll take them to the shop. Yeah. Yeah.
And Rondell
Yep.
to help people. That's what I appreciate about you guys, because you guys give a shit.
Yep.
You know, you guys really care.
Yeah.
You guys are human.
Yep.
And I was talking to him before you came, Eddie, about you guys trying to help out our buddy there. Remember, you gave him a place to sleep in your shop.
John
he was going
Schneider,
to give him this room here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
one of our people come up here the other day to try to help him, but unfortunately, he's not ready.
He's out of it.
He's not ready. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So we got some. Yeah, we got a United Against Poverty. They're open and they're giving away the certificates to help out disaster relief fund. So there's a couple of good things. I'll post these on the on the
please.
page. I'll put these on the our Facebook page, and I'll put links in the description of the show too, just to give people an idea of what's going on. Rondell, you had some issues at your neighborhood with the storm.
For some reason, our neighborhood they're saying everybody who's applied for the FEMA relief, you're denied. Like, just it's the area, but across the street from us, that's like a senior living thing. They're all getting
Yeah.
So there are people in our neighborhood who work for the program.
Gotcha.
So they broke it all down on Facebook saying why they're not giving it to us and all this. So she wrote a whole post and it got a lot of people's attention. So a lot of people came to the neighborhood giving us. Zeke showed up.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a big thing. Like a bunch of people showed up giving food out in the neighborhood, like throwing cookouts in the front of the neighborhood.
This is a shout out. He was talking about Zeke Mata.
Yeah.
He's been on the show. He's a friend of ours.
Yep. He was helping out. They were loading up their van and driving around town. So there's some resources available besides FEMA. The thing that comes down to, and I see it all the time, we talk about this all the time on the show, is, we have to help our backyard. We can't depend on these government agencies. We can't depend on them. FEMA was designed to do this. This is all by design. I've been saying this for years, but Bill Cooper talked about FEMA in his book, Behold a Pale Horrors. All these are all just designed to funnel money through these non NGOs, and nothing's getting to the people, because FEMA's supposed to go in and be the Band-Aid to help you. So if my roof blew off, FEMA should come in and help me with money for shelter, for food, for things that I need until I can make a claim, if I even have insurance. So that's what FEMA was supposed to be for. But obviously it's not being used. And Bill Cooper called that out in 1990.
It's a money fund.
They used all that money for illegals, and we know they're not even getting it. That a lot of that money is going into the pockets of these politicians.
You got to think about this. Think about this. The craziest saying, one of the craziest sayings I've ever heard is there is creation at the core of destruction. There's creation at the core of destruction.
That's a good way to put it.
To create, sometimes you gotta destroy shit.
Oh yeah, that's how that works.
It just works like that. And I'm just thinking like, damn.
It's called war.
Yeah, right, war, really.
If it's not war
from within.
We can play with the fucking weather.
Yeah.
Destroy.
That's just another weapon.
And then we get all these.
Well,
we can say, hey, we need money.
Said, whoever controls the weather controls the world.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we talked about last podcast. Yeah.
So think about it. Yeah. Think about the weather, the way it hit us, and the way it's shifted that way and that way. They're fucking playing games and tornadoes.
Yeah.
They turned this bitch into Kansas.
Florida.
Yeah, turned us into Kansas.
Turned us into Kansas, bro.
How did that happen?
Florida has never had that many tornadoes.
Like that.
That's why when I heard that, I said, that's bullshit. That ain't going to happen.
No.
And all of a sudden, we get all these
We have no
tornadoes.
mountains. We're flat. How the fuck we
2
get
days, we had 170 tornadoes touch Florida.
Yeah.
We turned into Tornado Alley in 2 days.
Well, I know. I passed right by the shop. I was sitting in front because we had power at the shop at that time. Fucking, I see they go.
Yeah. I see.
Tore the bowling alley to pieces.
Yeah. Did it?
That's the one I saw.
Yeah, the back
That's
of
the
it,
one I saw. One right in front of me.
Yeah.
I said, holy shit!
Another friend of the podcast, Nick Novak from Filthies, he put something on Facebook. He's like, we just got a tornado just went down at Old Dixie Highway.
Yeah, I saw that,
and I was like, huh? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah. How many years you been here? Have you ever seen it
23
before?
years.
I've been here 40 years. 40 years.
You've been here 40 years.
I've never
I was
seen anything
born
like
here,
it.
raised here. Tornadoes don't be here.
No, not like that. Not like that. No.
No, we've had some tornadoes.
I mean, we've had a
But
few.
that-
I know we've had a few, but
but that
usually,
was record, man.
usually we have like 3 tornadoes. My phone just kept going, going, and going. I'm like, bro, is this the same one? No. that's like
I know that
15
you may
minutes.
not think so, but I do think this is part of it, bro. It's just part of keeping people from the election.
Yeah, well, and plus, you know, it like you said about Rondell, and you guys said we're at war. Everybody described the disaster areas as it looked like a bomb went off, like
Like
it was
a war zone.
it was a war zone. And I said,
Yeah.
well, just think about this though. Remember, and people are talking about this, that we're fighting a battle of an enemy from within. So you think about that. All those alerts you got, all those different tornadoes were like planes flying above our area and like dropping bombs.
Dropping bombs, man.
It was like we were attacked. We were literally attacked. So you look at it like it's not an attack from what's outside, like Pearl Harbor. It's attacked from within. Exactly, and that's what I try to tell people is that we got attacked from within. That was like a bomb. They were like planes flying,
Dropping bombs.
and just dropping bombs, and you're like, holy shit! And then it looks like a war zone after that. And you know, people are homeless now. They're displaced. Some people died.
Some people died, too.
You have 30-some people die in Spanish Lakes from it. You know, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think that movie Civil War, it didn't help us. It didn't help. I think it kind of like put people on game of like, damn, this could play out like this.
Yeah.
Florida is the one that's fucking. They're not with. We're not
with the bullshit.
Yeah,
like
we're
you
not
said
with the
about
bullshit, bro. We on our own accord. We really is. Like, if our people, we see somebody need help, we help.
Yeah.
That's it. It's that simple, bro, because we never know. It could be us on the side of that fucking road.
That's
man.
true.
It could be, you never know. In Florida,
Yeah.
there's some wild shit. It's like, this some wild South shit. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand it, like why people move here.
Yeah.
Florida is you never know what they expect.
Yeah, it's true.
But we being here so long, it's in you.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this shit. Any day I walk out the house, what is it gonna be?
Yeah.
But that water
Straight
was
like
hot. I was seeing cars get stuck.
Bro, I'm riding in the Jeep, bro, and I said, bro, I went to this one part and I was like, whoa. I literally had to pull the ugliest in front of the police, the ugliest fucking U-turn of my life.
That was a lot of
Literally,
water.
I seen that water and I seen how it touched the front fender. I was like, ain't no fucking way.
Yeah.
That got to be at least 3 feet of water.
I had water was coming out of the pool. it was coming
man.
up to the front of my back. my back.
I would've been
And
so scared.
I've lived in this house for 20 years. I've seen all kinds of rain, all kinds of storms, Francis and Jean, all of it, you know, just all kinds of tropical storms. I've never had the pool overflow that fast.
Yeah.
That's how much rain we got right before those tornadoes. I was out there pushing the water to the side of the pool, pushing out the screen so it wouldn't come into the back door. I was like, holy shit, like, why is there all this rain all of a sudden?
All
It
my
was
first
flooded
door neighbors-
first, and then all of a sudden tornadoes popped up.
All my first floor neighbors is a little pond in the middle of the neighborhood. All of them outside watching that pond.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Watching it just go up.
Just going
It
up.
just filled up so
It just
fast.
filled
I was
up so
like, holy
fast. It was
shit.
crazy.
I was like, it ain't never did this before.
Yeah.
It covered the sewer thing in the front. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
It was dangerous. You know, it was a dangerous situation that we were put under. And like I said, we're from within, and we have to be mindful of that to realize.
That's a good way to put it. Drop bombs.
Yeah,
That's how they know. Oh, do the warning. Do the warning.
exactly. And then what they do? Yeah, exactly. Do the warning. It's just the same thing. It's the same alert. You know, it's the same thing. All
So
those
that's
warnings.
why you kept getting a bing,
Yeah,
you know.
My phone kept going off, and I was like, "Geez," I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" That the storm was still in the Gulf before it even hit Tampa. Like it wasn't even close to us yet. And usually, you get tornadoes from the bands and the wind.
That's that Cape Canaveral turning on that machine.
Yeah, whatever machine they got
Whatever
going on.
machine
Yeah,
they got over there.
It's
Cape
nuts.
Canaveral just said, yeah.
It's crazy. you
Yeah,
know?
I wondered why the weather deteriorated so much when that thing It wasn't even on the coast yet.
No,
I mean, it was hours from the
it was
coast.
hours from the coast.
And over here, it looked like
We were getting pummeled, and I was like,
It should turn into a horror movie.
Yeah,
outside.
it did.
When the sky went black so fast.
It did. I was like, it really blew me away, And I think that this, again, is just more of disclosure of what they're doing, weather manipulation, et cetera, et cetera.
You're going to close with this, but I'm going to read something that you kind of pointed out.
Yeah, I'll close with it for sure, that video.
It's out of Ephesians 6, the armor of God 6. I'm reading from verse 12.
Uh-huh.
It says, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood. Okay, we're not struggling. We're not fighting against man. All right? But
principalities in high
against the
places,
rulers,
right?
against the authorities.
Well, it says authorities there.
Okay, it says
Principalities,
authorities.
King James.
Okay, it does say principalities.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Against the powers of the dark world, right, which is principalities, and against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. Now, you're talking about the weather.
Mm-hmm.
The weather's on heavenly. It's heavenly realms on top. Right?
100%.
If our struggle is not against you and me, right? Are we fighting against evil, like the wind, the sky, the storm? All that stuff is not good. You know what I mean? It takes lives, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what I was just thinking as I read that is like we're fighting forces that we really don't have any control of.
Nope.
You know what I mean? These are the forces that we're fighting against. If I was fighting against flesh and blood, that's man to man. Man, you know what I mean? There's something you could do about that.
Yeah.
But we're fighting against authorities, because it says authorities, people in power. We're fighting against people in power and against evil forces. Because it's separate. It's a comma. It says authorities, comma, and powers of the dark world.
Oh, you're right. That's
okay.
It's the way I always looked at it. That's.
So I just realized the word authorities.
Yeah.
You didn't even know it.
I didn't know authorities was in there.
Yeah.
Authorities is in that scripture.
Yeah.
Now, who are the authorities? Those above, those in control, those doing all these evil things, because it says authorities against the powers of evil in this world.
To cause what? Chaos.
Against spiritual forces in heavenly realms.
Chaos. Causing chaos and destruction. And then destroying people's lives. It's a war. It's a war.
I mean, I was watching a podcast, which was really good. If you've seen it, Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson. Did you see that podcast?
Not recently. I haven't. Yeah,
it just happened.
Okay,
really good.
Okay, I'll check it out.
So, Tucker Carlson is talking about. You know how we talk about aliens and all these things that are outside. Well, Tucker believes that not that they're coming in, but that they've been here.
100%. That's all we say. They've been here all this time.
They've been here all this time.
Yep.
Hiding in
Dan and I were talking about that before the podcast. We were talking about
all this stuff. They've been here. It's not like they're coming in from the sky.
No.
These people, they probably got lost. They probably got dropped here, but they've been here.
They've been there.
And these are the authorities, the powers that we don't know.
The bloodlines. Remember what I talked about last week? The bloodlines. These bloodlines of these people that go back thousands and thousands of years.
You talk about bloodlines. Now, we know in those days,
that was everything.
Brother married sister because they wanted to keep it in the bloodline.
Keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family. They marry relatives. This way they didn't have to go outside of the family because of the bloodline. They didn't want to mix the bloodline.
That's the 13 families, the bloodlines. That's what it is. That's the ones, the
like
unseen.
You spoke about the queen being a reptilian.
Yeah.
Could be a
bloodline.
But it's somebody that was already here. Exactly. It's a bloodline that was already here. Yep. Not something that popped in out of the sky.
And that's what's being exposed. That's what's coming to the surface.
That's what's coming up to the surface.
That's what we're seeing.
This is the year of exposure.
Exactly. Yep. Just like we said that video.
Right. This is the year of exposure. Yep. And a lot of things are going to get exposed this year.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. And that's what it is. I mean, and I think, and I'll even go even farther with the storm itself, is that they were hyping it up so much to make it like it was went from a category 1 to a category 5 in like no time. And it was scaring the shit out of people. But I also think that if you look at it from two different perspectives, there's got to be some good forces that are fighting against this evil for us. I think they might have been exerting it more to make people get more prepared because of what we were attacked. Because think about it. If you know the attack is coming, you know the evil forces' plans that they're going to disperse these tornadoes and attack the state. You get the people to be prepared as much as possible by boarding up the house, getting a lot of. Remember, I said last week there wasn't propane anywhere. People had the propane was gone in Vero. I can imagine the whole state. People could get
a lot of gas stations
couldn't get gas. So people were prepared tremendously for this to happen, and it was almost like a warning to get people ready because the bombs were coming. Because we didn't see that coming, so you didn't see that coming, so you wouldn't have known. If we didn't have those tornadoes, you wouldn't have seen any mess. There would have been no mess. You wouldn't even thought a storm came through, except for my shingles flying off my roof. Yeah. And all the rain. Exactly. You wouldn't have known that we had death and destruction here. It wouldn't have happened. None of that would have happened. So that's another example. Is that if they can't control it, if they can control it, then all that would have never happened. It would have been no point in getting everybody prepared for some attack that really happened.
Well, you remember that Tesla could control the weather. Yeah. Tesla knew the secret. Yeah. He knew how to do it. Yeah. Our government has a lot of his information.
You're right. Yeah.
There was one trunk that was never found with the other trunks.
You're right.
And most intelligent people think it wound up in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
Tesla knew. He knew how to control lightning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think,
there was a lot of lightning too during that storm too. There was a lot of lightning.
Just like if you could send lightning over Moscow or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, tons of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could destroy places.
You could fuck people
with the
up.
Fucking weather.
Yeah, it's weather manipulation. It's a war. Yeah. They're playing God. Yeah, there's just steering the weather, just like up in the Carolinas with Hurricane Helene. I mean, apparently there's a lot of fighting going on between FEMA and people up in the hills up there. Yeah, in Asheville. They're like fighting, like shooting at each other. Like that's how bad it's getting up there. It's getting really bad because they're not allowing people to go in there and help them.
That's more your
like a militia thing.
Remember Mel Gibson played that shit. Mel Gibson had those movies in the future.
Road Warrior.
So
Mad Max.
It's like Mad Max shit. Yeah. When people start,
that's what I
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or
that's like you better not have a Tesla.
Yeah.
You better have a gas car.
Right. Yeah.
Or the days when the guy played. I think it was who the hell was he? He played the. Well, you didn't know he was blind till the end when he got the Braille Bible.
Oh yeah, that was Book of Eli.
Yeah, the Book of Eli.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that before too.
That was a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that before
but, I mean,
too. Yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
People shooting each other.
But remember,
yeah,
the whole thing of the Bible, why he wanted it, and he said it.
It could restart worlds.
This way, he felt he could control the world if he had the Bible.
Yeah.
It was the last one. All of them knew the power of the word. It shapes world.
Now, there's a controversy against conservatives and liberals. And I'm a strong conservative, but I don't celebrate Columbus Day. I celebrate Indigenous Day.
Okay.
Because I'm an indigenous person. Right? So, like, people tell me, but that's not conservative. I said, sure it is. Well, Trump celebrates Columbus Day. And?
So
what?
That's his choice.
I know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Columbus didn't go to, Queens or wherever he's from and fucking terrorize his people. They came over to Puerto Rico and fucked this up. Yeah, so I don't celebrate Columbus Day. I celebrate Indigenous Day. Yeah. Just putting a point. Because people think because you're conservative, you got to think one way. Yeah. If you're liberal, you got to think one way. You don't. You could change your fucking mind anytime you want.
Not even that. You can have an opinion on any matter. Any different matter. Everything's different.
Yeah, everything is different.
I ain't got to agree with every fucking thing on the list to
Bro,
be this.
My wife on Amendment 4 is voting yes, I'm voting no. I mean, she's voting no, I'm voting yes. Yeah. I think a woman has a right to choose. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. The same way I had a right to choose to take the vaccination or not.
Yeah, no, it's that's the beauty of this country, like we talked about before.
The right to choose.
Yeah, that's the Constitution.
Whatever.
And that's our rights. That's our freedom.
That's
so
our
we should be able to do that.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying, but as a conservative, that's fucked up. Why would you say that? You should be against abortion.
Yeah.
No, because you want me to think one way. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Just because I call myself a conservative, a patriot, because I love this country. I love everything you guys want to write out, and I'm not going to live as a robot and do what you want me to do, because that's what the Democrats are really good at. If you know
they're
that.
excellent at that.
They're fucking excellent at fucking copying each other.
Yeah.
And they'll go along with it. It makes it easy for them because they don't have to think.
Nope, you're right.
No,
you're right.
No,
Yeah.
they just ride their plan.
Robots.
They
That's
just
it,
say
that's
yes.
it. Yeah, yes, yes,
You know,
yes. I'm going to show up to work. Yes, yes, yes. Kamala, black woman, I like it. Black woman, I like it. Number one, she's not black, she's Indian. Okay, if you speak to an
Right.
Indian person from India and say they're black, they'll curse you fucking out.
Yeah.
They're not black. They'll tell you, I am not black. I am from India.
Right.
You understand?
Heartbeat.
So her saying that she's black is
Well,
just
because- well, you just-
disgracing her own race.
Well, you just answered the whole thing that no matter what they tell the liberals, they're going to believe it. So
Right.
they're going to consume it. They're going to consume the narrative is what they do. They
And they'll
consume
do
it.
that.
Yeah.
And I get pissed off, Eddie, because when I see this crazy shit, like this open border thing,
Yeah.
perfect example.
Crazy.
It's been open for 3, almost 4 fucking years.
Right.
You can't tell me that's all the Democrats' fault. You can't fucking tell me that. There's no Republicans in fucking Congress
Yeah, right.
that can't push against that.
Exactly.
Don't act like, oh, well, we don't have the majority. That's fucking bullshit.
Doesn't matter.
bullshit.
It is. It's
You're
bullshit.
not even trying to push against it.
It's
We don't
not.
hear a fucking word out of the Republicans.
That's right.
Y'all be
It's
enforced.
They're all responsible for that shit.
Mhm.
Democrat, Republican, they're all responsible.
100%.
Everybody's got a finger in it.
Yeah, just like
I-
that guy
I
said.
agree.
They're all we're coming.
Finger in the
We're
pie.
coming after all of them. Just like this guy said right here. We'll play this. That's a perfect way to segue into this video. Yeah.
Donald J. Trump, yes, he's going to be our next president. And Cat Williams said it best. 2024 is going to be the year of exposure. Oh, yeah. Obama, I can see it. You're fighting hard as you ever fought in your life. Not to put Kamala in office, but to keep Trump out. You and all the rest of y'all crooked people up there. Because y'all know one thing. Y'all push him over the edge. You don't think, after everything you've done to that man, he's waiting to get in office and exploit everything y'all been doing against this country for years, decades even. And yes, we back Trump 150%. So you can miss us with the black man, you need to vote for Kamala because she's a woman, you shouldn't let that deter you. But it ain't because you're a woman, it's because she don't know a damn thing about nothing. Listen, we are not against women in office. Come on, stop that, man. Y'all gotta stop with that bullshit. That racist divide gender BS that y'all the one be trying to push into the people. It ain't gonna work.
Nope.
This shit's not gonna work. We know Trump needs to be in office. We need our country cleaned up. We need this country to start moving in the right direction. But we also want all y'all to come to justice for all the BS y'all been doing to this country behind closed doors. So get ready for it. Y'all time is coming.
Justice.
When's the last time you saw Barack Obama show up to campaign for somebody just before the election? When's the last time you saw Clinton?
Yep.
Transition.
Yep. You're right. You're right.
Scared.
Yeah. It's just that
They know.
they're coming out of the woodwork.
They
Yeah,
know.
They know.
He finna send all our ass to jail.
Yep. It's that they
We gotta
know.
hurry up.
Yeah.
The FBI on our ass too.
Yeah.
They telling all my secrets. They know who I'm not. They know I'm from Israel now. I was secret intelligence, bro. We gotta get this motherfucker out the way.
Yep. That's what it is.
Think
It's,
about it.
It's full disclosure.
We gotta get this motherfucker out
Yeah.
the way.
And just like you said, Dan, about the border and everything else, it's like they could stop it tomorrow. They could stop this all tomorrow, but
But
they,
I mean,
they
even
won't.
even the Republicans.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, both sides are complicit in all this shit.
100%.
There might be a handful of people.
Yep.
You know, there might be a Ted Cruz here and there,
Maybe,
a
yeah.
Joe Cotton, maybe.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah. The Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Right, right.
You know, you just.
But
you
like
know.
you have some Democrats too who are against this border being open as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it's both sides.
Yeah, it's both sides.
Both
That's what I'm
sides. You know,
saying.
you have
Yeah.
both sides saying
So-
this and this is not good and saying this is okay.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not saying anything.
And if you speak too loud, you disappear.
Yeah.
True story. You got shit in the book, good.
How'd you guys like that caps?
Oh, bro, I gotta tell you, I had
gone.
that meatball stuff.
You
The
take
whole
something
thing.
home.
You ain't
It's
taking
gone.
none home. You may be able to take one of those cheese slices home. That's about it.
Right. That was good, right?
Yeah, I had that meatball parmesan. That thing was delish, bro.
Yeah, Johnny-
I knew it would be. That's how come I came in and I just tore it up.
Yeah, Johnny said he'd take care of it for us
Yeah,
today.
man, Johnny's the best, man. I love Johnny, bro. We got to get Johnny back on the show, too.
I know, he's just so busy, man.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
He's your fucking neighbor, for God's sakes. Just go knock on his door.
I know. I just haven't been trying him down the street.
Yeah, he come down here for a minute.
Right?
Yeah, come here for a minute.
You give me a hand with gloves? Sit down for now.
We sitting in here waiting, man.
Right.
We don't want you to get tired. Take a seat.
Yeah. Smoke a little bud.
And the community really supported them too, boy. It was like
Oh, yeah,
they were busy. They were super busy with
Well,
all
they
that.
deserve it. Cap's Pizza's been around a long time. They serve good fucking food. They're good people. And,
Yeah.
you know, they're about the community, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, they took care of it for the hurricane. They had those big plates up for ziti for the hurricane.
Hell yeah.
$50 for a big thing of ziti. So they were setting it up good. It was really it's a good deal. And I'm gonna go down there and beat that pie score. That pie.
Beat the high score.
Yeah, Johnny said he's doing a high score.
Somebody still got Pac-Man?
Yeah, he got Pac-Man.
Right there, yeah, he's got
Yeah, bro.
there. That
Cat
machine, that
Pizza's the
machine
shit.
is so old.
Yeah, but Cat Pizza's the shit, bro. That's why I like it. It has that still that feeling, like, you know.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So give them a call, 772-770-2277, capspizzamenu.com. Tell them TGI Now sent you, get 10% off.
Now I'll buy a 27th in Oslo, man. Just make sure you guys say that the guys at TGI Now sent you. Make sure you guys take a minute and share the show.
Yep.
Always appreciate you guys when you share the show. Put some comments on if there's anything you want to hear, anything you want to talk about, be a part of the show, you know.
Yeah.
We're going to do a live. We're setting up a live. So when this way, if any comments, we could answer them at that point. So
yeah, we got to do
we're going to be setting up a live soon. So just be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, we're going to do a live stream on Rumble.
Yeah.
So we're going to start doing live streams on Rumble and then post up on Spotify and Apple
Normally we
Podcasts.
record on Tuesday. This is Tuesday night. You guys get it on Wednesday.
Yeah, they get it on Wednesday.
First time I heard about Rumble was from Dan Bongino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, he's part of Rumble. I think he
is.
He owes a piece of it.
He's invested in it.
Yeah.
Because he
I think he
invested
owns
in
it,
the other one before, and then he got fucked.
Pollard. He was in
somehow.
Pollard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
it. And he got fucked somehow.
Yeah,
So
I think they cut Colorado is still open, but
They're
it just
back
didn't
now.
make it.
They came back. They're coming
Kind
back
of weak.
again.
Yeah, Truth kicked ass.
Yeah, Truth is doing good. I mean, we're on Truth, but we don't get a lot of followers. But you know,
I got a few followers on
yeah,
Truth.
Twitter X is where I get a lot of more information nowadays.
I'm Cannabis Patriot, so I always post a show. So if you guys don't see TGI now, look for Cannabis Patriot
On Truth.
on Truth.
Okay. Yeah, and then we're on.
how's your business doing?
Active right
It's
now.
been slow. It's been really slow lately.
That's what I'm afraid
Yeah.
of because the food and everything else is so
Man,
high.
everything is so
You're not
expensive.
a priority
I'm
anymore.
not.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not something that people need. It's the truth.
You know.
Gas, food, you know. So I'm like a fourth choice. You got to pay
Right,
the things
right.
first. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, I mean, I'm gonna keep on pushing too. I can't push no more.
No, well, hey, if we get a different administration
I
and
think
things
that,
change,
and prices change. Yeah,
That's
people
what I
start
mean,
seeing money again in their pockets like they
You
did
know,
when
it's,
Trump was in office. Yeah, because I think good when Trump was in office, man. 2019, I kicked ass, bro.
Yeah, even when I first
Oh,
met
my-
Dan, when that was when
my fucking
And I was in a small
fucking
shop.
403B. Oh, I did amazing when he was in office.
really.
I'm
yeah.
like, fuck, man.
yeah.
Every month it was going
I
up.
did 374,000 in that little store.
Wow.
374 G's.
Yeah, because that people
And
had
that
extra,
little store,
had
my
extra
first
money.
year open.
Are you talking about when you were down there?
My Dagwood.
Yeah, by Dagwoods, bro.
I mean, up there, yeah.
374.
Yeah.
Wow,
I'd be
that's
lucky
great.
if I could make 100 now.
Yeah, it's crazy because people
Yeah,
had
but
extra
the-
money.
yeah,
I'm not talking about what I make.
People
I'm
have
talking
money
about
then.
money that comes in the store.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah,
money
yeah,
that comes
yeah.
in the store, half that money goes to product.
Yep.
The other half goes to bills.
Yeah, we know
So
what you
whatever's
mean.
extra, you know.
That's
I
what you
mean,
took in.
Yeah, well,
and then
whatever,
you
know,
scrape your living out of all
Whatever.
everything's paid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I made 374, you better believe I made some money.
Yeah.
But now it cost me. I'll tell you the truth. It cost me $5,000 these past 2 months to stay open
Yeah.
out of my pocket.
Yeah, you had to pay it. Yeah, I get you.
Five.
That's where we're at. Yeah.
No, really,
Yeah.
$5,200.
But that's,
I can
yeah.
afford.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what it costs me to stay alive, to stay afloat,
Stay open.
to stay open, keep my doors
See
open.
what happens
to
for
train
November.
people. I'm busting my ass fucking training 8 hours a day sometimes, and not getting paid just to fucking pay.
Good, just to
I'm paying.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there's going to be a big turnaround. The economy is going to be a big turnaround. I think Trump learned a lot from his last 4-year administration.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think he's going to go in there and try to persuade people like Comey and all that bullshit.
No.
He's going to go in there. He's going to say, "Oh, by the way, pick up your fucking last paycheck."
Well, no,
you're gone.
You know who the enemy. Well, you know who the players are now. Now he knows who they are. Now
You ever seen the video of Putin going into those companies and getting those people out of there? Those people he when they found out that people conspired against him to kill him.
I've never seen him. No.
Yeah, bro, you gotta watch that shit. You gotta YouTube that shit, bro. That shit's fucking crazy. He's going up to these people. He's telling you, he's telling them you're going to jail. I need you to sign over your company to this guy. He's gonna buy you out of all your shit, all that shit. That shit was crazy. I'm like,
I've never seen that.
What the fuck? Like, and then he's like, you're going to jail. Telling the guy straight up, like, God's in his suit in his office. Putin showed up.
That's what has to happen. You know, these people these people have to come to justice.
You're done.
He gets in,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, he gets in. The whole cabinet's gone.
Yeah.
That probably happened on day one.
Yeah.
And then he should work to get rid of some of these stupid departments like the Department of Education.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we need that?
Exactly.
That should be controlled locally.
Absolutely.
You don't need the feds telling you how to raise your kids up in your community and what they're going to learn, how they're going to learn it.
So they could take kids. That's what
it
they do.
is. And that funding, that's how they get their funding. Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Another way to take a
All
child.
these 3-letter agencies, they all got to go. You know, this is what it
They
comes
really
down
do.
to. They do.
They really
They
do.
all have to go. This is what
And
we're...
the thing is, they set regulations and they're like laws for the rest of us.
But then they
And they're not even government. They're not even.
unconstitutional.
We don't vote for those motherfuckers.
Right.
But they're telling Eddie how to run his fucking business.
Exactly.
He didn't vote for that.
Nope. No.
I didn't even want them.
No. I just want to be left alone, you know?
That's the truth.
You
to
know?
be able to write back, I didn't vote for you, so I ain't got to go with this shit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I didn't vote for you, so I don't have to go along with this. I'm sorry.
No, you know, they're controlling every aspect of the lives, everybody's lives, every little bit. You know, income tax. That's why Trump's saying they're talking about the income tax and getting rid of the tax on tips. Because he knows that all this taxes is killing people.
And we need to somehow get the term limits.
Yes.
But of course, the people in Washington are not going to vote themselves out of a
Of course
job.
not. Of
So
course
it's hard
not.
to do. But somehow we
they
got to
have
figure
go.
that out.
We have to get rid of them.
You know?
Well,
I agree.
then again, he can sign an executive order.
Yeah. Yep.
He can sign an
I hope he
executive order.
Yeah.
And change
say,
that.
Shit, he gonna have to sign 117 of them as soon as he get there. 'Cause somebody
When our government's-
fucking signed 117 when as soon as Trump left, he signed 117 when he walked in.
Yep.
So Trump got to redo all of them.
Right.
Yeah, he's got to redo all
When
that.
our government
Reverse
started-
everything.
When our government started,
Yep.
going to Washington was a civic duty.
Yes.
You didn't want to leave the farm.
Nope.
You didn't want to leave your family. But you said, you know what? We have a country, and I have a civic duty. I'm going to go, and I'm going to represent us for 2 years,
Yeah.
and then I'll be back.
That's right.
So, Johnny, hold the farm together.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Wife, please, take care of the kids. 2 years he came back. Glad that's over with.
Yep.
But I did the best job I could. I represented the company. That's it.
That's
I didn't
it.
get rich. I didn't get into graft. I didn't get into fucking lobbyists.
Oh, and stockbroker and all this bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't get into inside information.
Yep.
You know, amazing how
Inside
good
trading.
Nancy Pelosi's. Boy, he's a great stock player, isn't he?
Awesome. He's so
Yeah,
good.
it's
Best in the game.
He's so good.
Best in the game.
That's what it is. You're right. But you're right, though. It's your civic duty, and that's what people did. They dropped everything and they went.
Yeah,
They
they
went.
didn't go 4 years, make a career out
making
of
a
it.
four. No, they came back. They wanted to go home. They wanted to go
They
back.
wanted to go home.
back and do their thing and be left the fuck alone. But but at some point we have to start somewhere. And I always say that Trump's not the savior. We have to save ourselves. We have to go to bat locally, like we're doing here with the disaster relief. And we were pretty much attacked, so now we have to fucking rebuild our town, and everybody needs help and food and water and shelter.
You've heard-
This is what we have to do.
Have you heard how many times the word Civil War came out of my mouth?
Yeah.
My wife gets nervous, but I'm like, hey, if it gets to that fucking point,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, I love that bumper sticker on the truck. It says, when they come for your guns, give them your bullets first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
The bullets first.
Yeah.
And I don't mean handable.
Right.
And I did not mean handable.
Oh
No.
no, you ain't taking my guns.
No.
That's what they did in Poland, and that's how they ended up in the fucking chambers.
And that's a big part
That's
of
true.
why we're at where we're at, because if Hillary would have won and everything would have played out the way it was supposed to, our guns would have been gone.
Let's talk about something that just happened. October 7th.
Yeah.
Israel had no guns.
No, they had exactly.
They can't have guns.
They can't do nothing.
So what happened? Over 1,200 of them got killed.
They got infiltrated.
Yeah.
They got.
Now, if they would have had guns,
yeah,
maybe
they might not have done it.
they
Even
might
if
have
you-
done it.
You got guns, you can fight back. A motherfucker think twice before entering a building. They know this is in America. Shit go down like that. Places like Texas, Florida, you're not pulling that shit.
No.
If you know it's really going to, you're not running in somebody's house because you know, I know, bro.
Yeah.
He might got a gun.
Yeah.
Bro might got a gun. Yeah, yeah. He the type of motherfucker got
Oh
a gun.
yeah, he got a Trump flag out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That boy
Right.
speak his
That boy
mind
definitely
anywhere,
got a gun.
anytime, anywhere.
That's true.
He probably got a gun.
It's true.
This Florida,
That
like
flag,
places like
American
that,
flag, and a
you're
Trump
not
flag
gonna
in front
pull
of
it.
mine.
Now places like California, New York, y'all got the restrictions on guns over there is so fucking crazy.
Tight.
It's fucking insane, bro.
5
you can't
years.
fly into those states with a weapon.
Nope.
You can legally own it here, but can't fly into
can't go
either
there.
one of those states
Yeah.
with a weapon.
Wow.
You can't even have a federal number and go into
You
it.
can't. Yeah, we'll give you the ticket for you. You can't buy the ticket. If you're saying you're going to California or New York at the gate and you're trying to put it, they're going to tell you right there, bro, you know, this is
No
you don't
go.
fly. You can't fly in.
No go.
Like, damn, so what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
We can keep it here for you.
Yeah, they'll never see it
Keep it.
again.
No, you can,
you get
they'll
back.
keep it.
They'll
They'll
hold
hold
it.
it for you.
Okay.
They'll hold it
Okay.
till you get back.
Okay.
But like, if you're literally trying to fly in and you're trying to buy your ticket for your gun, they're like, you're going to Cali.
So
You
guns
can't
are
bring
allowed.
this. You can't bring. You're gonna get in trouble when you get.
Now, what's going to happen in New York?
Gavin Newsom.
In New York, you know who's going to defend themselves? The criminals.
Criminals. Them the only ones with guns.
They're the only ones with
Only
guns.
ones with guns, right?
Only ones with guns.
So therefore, you're going to be looking for the criminals to help you.
Wow.
They're going to be the saviors.
Yeah, right.
The thieves.
Trump.
That's
the only person you're gonna have to
It's
look
gonna be
for.
them, right? Oh my
The
God.
truth.
That's true.
They have the guns.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Like, if Hillary would have won, guns would be an issue. They would have took everybody's guns. We'd have been under lock and key.
No,
right
not
now.
Florida. I think it really would have been a problem.
I don't know.
Or Texas.
Texas,
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would have had.
Texas.
She would have had 8 years.
You would've had
She
to
would have had 8 years, Rondell. Though, think
National
8
Guard.
years.
Hell no.
8 years though.
You ain't taking guns
8
from
years.
people, bro. People
Bro.
feel because they know what happened in Poland.
2016
Especially
to
baby
now.
boomers like myself,
She would
like
be
yourself.
considered the
who
worst
remember.
president
Yeah.
ever.
You know what I
She
don't
would've got away
understand
with it.
anymore?
No, she wouldn't have, bro. Putin would have. Putin
wife's-
would have asking
My
me.
wife's
That's
Cuban.
true. That's true.
You know, pure, both sides. She's Cuban. Mom, dad, from Cuba.
Yeah.
Okay, the shit started going down over there. So they said, we're getting the fuck out. They went to Manhattan. And they stayed here. My wife, she can't visit Cuba now because if she visits Cuba now and they find out she's got pure blood Cuban parents, they'll say she's a citizen. They can keep her there. So she doesn't dare visit.
She won't go.
But here's what I don't understand. Her mother, of course, tells us all the stories about Castro and the communist regime and all that bullshit. The Cubans should all know this. But she has a sister-in-law, was her brother's wife, but actually her brother's deceased now. And she's always on Facebook, with, Biden, Harris, and that kind of shit.
Yeah, right.
And I can't understand it. Like you're saying, you know what happened in Poland.
Yeah.
Right.
She should know what the fuck happened in Cuba.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
What the
They're
fuck?
watching too much television.
Yeah.
You
They
know?
get a lot of you.
Yeah.
I can't fathom
They're
it.
programmed. They're stuck in a program.
I mean,
yeah, that's what it is.
my wife is like, says to me, like even with the liberals and stuff, don't they fucking see
Is
what's
Spanish
going
their first
on?
language?
Yeah.
Because we're,
Is Spanish their first language?
yes,
So they watch Telemundo.
Yeah.
yes.
Telemundo is super liberal.
Yeah, they aim for one direction to keep them thinking this is the right way
Yeah.
when they're really
Maybe that's
fucking
what she's
with it.
doing.
That's what it is. Telemundo
He's right.
won't even show Trump.
Yeah.
Nope.
So maybe that's what she's
I
watching.
think that's what it is.
And if
It's
they
the
do
program.
show Trump,
Because I'm
it's in
like,
the
what the
worst way.
fuck?
I think you're right.
Yeah. You don't know
Telemundo is worse than CNN.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Telemundo is horrible.
Tele-
Telemundo is run by
I
Venezuela.
love how ready he says
Oh,
it. Telemundo.
that's why.
Telemundo.
Okay?
Yeah.
Telemundo.
Telemundo.
That's tell the world.
That's
See how they did they
That's what that means.
Yeah. Tell the,
Telemundo.
tell the world.
Tell the
Come on.
world. Telemundo.
yeah.
Mundo being world.
Yeah.
Tele being tell.
Yeah.
Telemundo, tell the world. That's what that means.
See? Wow.
Yeah.
And
So they are there to manipulate the Spanish population with the word democracy.
yeah.
Well, they did a good job on her, I guess. At least,
Because-
at least now I understand maybe
Yeah.
I'm
why.
going to say something
Yeah.
to you. The word republic to a Cuban is not a good thing because
Sounds like prison.
Castro was part of the republic.
Republic. No, you're right about that.
Yeah.
So why would I want to be part of a Republican Party when I'd rather be part of Democrat democracy
Yeah.
where they're fair?
They use words.
It's words that they use to manipulate the masses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Words. That's
Spells.
why.
Spells.
That's the answer to your question.
She's under a spell, basically.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
She's under the
Because
Telemundo
I'm like,
spell.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now it makes sense to
Yeah.
me.
The Telemundo spell.
You
That's
know?
what it
Yeah,
is.
like when
Yeah,
she's
I
on-
know the Republican thing. I knew that.
Yeah.
Telemundo.
Yeah,
You know,
Telemundo,
but,
yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
under a
Tell
spell.
the world.
Yeah.
Tell the world how liberal you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. And then so they're showing all this shit and she's
So
taking it
every
all in.
commercial in Telemundo is run by Pfizer.
Oh yeah.
I believe
Wow.
that
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Every commercial in Telemundo is a Pfizer commercial.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Damn sure is.
Yeah. That's why I got rid of the TV.
It reminds me, I got some stuff I got to send you about stuff that helps your health in a big way.
Okay.
That Pfizer, of course,
Doesn't
will
want
shoot you in the head if you start using it.
Okay.
They'll shoot the FDA in the head
Okay.
Who got cannabis?
for approving it because the FDA won't approve it
Okay.
because it would kill a lot of the pharmaceutical industry.
Really?
Okay?
Okay.
Have you ever heard of chlorine dioxide?
I have.
I
Okay,
just actually
well-
something came over my feed
And
today
now,
about that.
now you can get it dirt cheap. They're selling these tablets. You can make a shitload of it for practically nothing. And now people are squirting it bilingual. And I mean, people with serious cancer,
Yeah.
and the shit's going away. I mean,
Really?
there's a lot of really good shit happening. I'll send you the links.
Okay.
You can send it to Eddie.
100%. All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I'll put that in the description too.
And I don't know if you've ever heard of Dr. Mark Circus. That's with an S, Circus.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in chemo and radiation and all that shit.
Yeah.
He says it's very destructive for the body. It's fucked up. It just fucks you
Doesn't
up.
belong there.
You heard about it was like a $13 billion lawsuit against chemotherapy. Like probably I want to say 2014, 15.
Okay.
Chemotherapy was proven it does not help. There's a whole thing about it.
Oh, I don't know your experience. My experience, my own father and a lot of other people, they get to a point where the cancer is like comes up again. Okay, they've been under chemo, can kill them. Let's face it.
Yeah.
And then the doctors decide this is what we're going to do. We're going to blast the fuck out of them. It's either going to throw them into remission, or it's going to kill them.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen to so many people.
Really.
They like get bad, and then they go in, and then they come out, and they're like, "Wow, they really blasted me up." Well, they could hardly move.
Oh my God.
And they either have
The pain.
remission, and they come out, and now they feel good again for a while,
Oh.
or they die.
It's temporary. Yeah.
My father always told me, he said, "Cancer will not take me out," and he was right. It was the chemo that took him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it was.
Yeah.
Because I'll never take radiation or chemo. I just won't. But Dr. Circus,
I wouldn't
he
either.
believes in hydrogen medicine,
Okay.
does a lot with that.
Okay.
I met another guy, a veteran, and his whole family died of cancer. And he had testicular cancer.
Yeah.
So he was freaking
Yeah,
because his
right.
whole family was wiped out by cancer. And he told me, he said, there's this guy, I can't remember his name right now, wish I could. I'll send you.
Yeah.
There was this guy that invented like a sonic frequency thing that took care of cancer cells but didn't fuck up the other cells.
Yeah,
It was just the
frequencies.
right frequency,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it was working. People were getting healed. And then somebody from the federal government came along and said, "Oh, I need that device," and he gave him that device, and of course, he never saw it again, and none of us ever see it.
That was the end of
But
that.
I'll tell you,
Wow.
you can buy those types of devices out of Canada. You can't buy them in U.S., but Canada sells them.
Really?
But
China sounds.
but you can't afford them.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, it's always
the
too
cheap
expensive.
ones are like $6,000.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
6,500 in China.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how
And the good ones are like 10 and 15.
look up how the Chinese treat cancer, how they go about cancer. There's a I watched a video. The guy was saying we literally once a cancer is detected in the body, that person's put on a strict diet. Like you get no sugar.
remember you
And
talked about that before.
they starve it.
Yeah.
They treat it completely different. They say it's for somebody to die of cancer in China is truly rare because of how they go about treatment.
No, I never studied that.
It was insane. Me seeing it, I was just like, what? And he's like, they literally once they get a sign
They starve it.
of
That makes sense.
cancer, any kind of cancerous cell in the body, they start starving the body. That person goes on a strict diet. This is what you eat. This is what you can't eat. And if you really want this to go away, this is what you can't eat.
Yeah.
You go about this for a few months, come back, see me, and it's gone.
They don't
That's how they
blast it.
treat it over
Yeah,
there.
they
That's
don't
why their
blast it.
age. That's why their age is fucking 112, 124. People are living 138 over there. That shit's different. It's a whole nother way
It's a
of
different way of
thinking.
treating it. Yeah. Yeah.
They
because-
don't eat what we eat. Also,
Yeah,
a lot of the
that's-
stuff
make a
we
big
eat
difference.
isn't supposed to
Let's
have
face
some
it.
stuff that's
Oh
in it.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at all the poison and all the
Well,
food.
look, Vince just came back from Italy, right? And he got ketchup.
Yeah.
Ketchup in Italy is tomato, vinegar, and oil.
Yeah.
That's
Over here,
it.
it's fucking 180
That's it.
80 ingredients in that
400
motherfucker.
preservatives.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Lifewave.com.
Oh yeah, I take the patches.
Yeah, the
on
patch.
those. Yeah.
Do you know what
Yeah.
that's done for my wife?
Was it done? She get pain like
You're not
from
going to
pain?
fucking believe this.
Yeah.
Moving around.
My wife, wait. Let me back up. I met her, I was like 35, 36. And she was already dyeing her hair because her hair was turning white.
Okay.
Her mom, premature gray. Okay. So she dyed it for years. And then finally she said, fuck, I'm not going to dye it anymore. So now her hair is white.
Yeah.
Her fucking hair in the back is turning
It's coming back.
dark again.
Really?
Since she started taking
Since the
that
light, the
patch.
Stem cell
yeah.
patches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things fucking had Eddie walking around like a cyborg.
Yeah.
He's fucking like,
They work.
I'm like,
they
yeah,
do.
you
They
got
work.
They do.
They work. Yeah, they're expensive. Yeah, yeah. It's $100 for the pack or whatever.
Yeah,
but-
right, for
but
a month,
Yeah,
yeah.
but they do work. They helped my sister with her. She had menstrual cramps and she couldn't.
And it helped
there was
that?
nothing she could do to fix it. And then she started taking the patch, and she doesn't have them like
Yeah.
she used to. Yeah,
And
she
it
used to
helped
be
her,
like she'd be laid up for 2 days.
It helped
Yeah.
her stabilize her blood pressure.
Yeah.
Her blood pressure was wacko.
Yeah,
And she started the patch.
yeah, it's light
Blood
therapy.
pressure's fine now.
Yeah,
So I'm glad you discovered
yeah,
that.
it's light
good
therapy.
shit.
Yeah, it's light therapy. It's works with your own stem cells. It's working with your own cells. It's rejuvenating your
Right.
cells. Yeah, it makes total sense because our cells get destroyed from the shit we eat, like Rondell just said.
Eddie fucking souped his cells up.
Yeah, right. They work. I mean, I was taking them for a while. I took.
I was on some wires.
Eddie was sitting here in the podcast like this.
Yeah, he was just feeling
It's just
good.
stuck
Yeah.
like this. Just stuck out. He just,
I had,
I'm like, bro, what's going on?
He was working. He was
I
using
had
them too.
I wore the patch for my
back was messed up.
C7, my C7 vertebrae. I
right,
messed it up.
Yeah.
So I put the patch. I was wearing it for about 3 months.
Yeah, it helped my shoulder. I was thinking about my shoulder.
moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was good.
I was feeling great.
When I first started working out with Eddie, my shoulder was killing me, and I fucking was like, God, I don't know. Then I started
So
using
that
the pad.
straightened it out?
It doesn't hurt anymore. It fucking feels fine. Yeah.
The only thing it's really done for me is I sleep like a baby.
Yeah. Some people it helps them with sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all depends on your. It all depends on your body. It all depends. It all depends on where you're at. With what your inflammation that you have, the type of scenario. Like Eddie's in really good shape for his age. I'm in good decent shape for my age. So there's certain things that are ailments. But some people they got other things they can't get rid of, and then it works for them. I mean, it helps.
Ashley tried it. She got sick.
Yeah.
One day she put it on. One day she got really sick.
Yeah, well, her
girl that used to
employee,
work
yeah,
for
she
me,
got
I remember
that, yeah.
and apparently she might have had a lot of toxins or whatever, where it was
that
like too
could-
much.
yeah.
So it just depends on your
Well,
body.
You take that
So make
chlorine,
it purge.
take too much of that chlorine dioxide, man. That detox your ass right out.
Really?
That clean you out.
Huh,
I can never
interesting.
take Protocol 300. I can take 100. I take 200. That means I can take 1 drop, 2 drops.
Okay.
If I take 3 drops,
Yeah.
I could have been detoxing.
Yeah, true.
For
Yeah.
2, 3 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I take 3 drops, it's just too much for me.
You just
I start to run out.
Yeah.
I start to run out. The body says,
I do
Yeah.
3.
there's stuff that's still in there.
You're gonna do it. Do it. I mean, you
Well,
gotta do it. I mean,
If you're really sick, you need to do 3
yeah.
all the time. I did 3 to get my TSA level down.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because it was too high, and he's doing biopsies, which I don't like. You're pissing blood and all this stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
And so I started taking that, and I
Okay.
took it seriously. And I did a 200 protocol, 8 hours a day. I was doing outreach.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
I'd go up to Sebastian. I'd
Right.
park the car, mix it up, suck it down,
Yep.
dry the glass out, put it back in the thing.
Yep.
Then I go do outreach for an hour every hour, and I did it religiously.
Huh.
So it went from 530 or whatever down to like 1,200.
Wow.
The PSA.
Holy
went
shit.
boom,
Wow.
1.3. I mean, it really dropped
Wow.
with that shit. And I didn't dare tell the urologist because I didn't.
Yeah.
I just didn't want him to know I was fucking around with shit because you know how some of those doctors. do it.
They take.
You know,
They
they
think,
want
oh,
to-
you should take it.
Everything's got to be medical school. Oh no, that shit'll kill you. Stop
all
taking
it is
it.
you're messing with their money. That's what the fuck it is. They're sponsors, the people putting money at least in your pockets. That's
Well, look
what
what
it
the
is.
VA did to me. As
Fuck
soon
with
as they
the
found
regime.
out I was smoking cannabis, they cut me off.
Yeah, exactly
Really?
what they do every time.
Yep.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
And I had a medical card.
Cannabis isn't even fucking against the law now. For
Yeah,
God's sake.
It's still federally illegal, and the
Oh, I guess it is.
Yeah,
VA
it's federally
the
sponsored.
VA is federally sponsored.
Yeah, I guess it is federal.
Yeah. So,
A lot of veterans are just saying
Sounds
fuck
fair.
it with the VA.
no, well, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
A lot of veterans are saying
Yeah,
fuck it
the
with
VA sucks anyway.
It sucks.
It wasn't as good as it used to be, but yeah, the VA is not
It's
as
not
good as
the
it used to
same.
be. No, it's not the same. When I went to the
That's why we
Brooklyn
got so many
VA,
homeless on the show.
when I was in Bay Ridge,
Yeah.
Brooklyn VA, that was a hospital. That was the shit. Here, but you're right. That's why you have so many homeless veterans in the street.
There's a lot of them.
True. It's so true.
A
There's
lot
so
of
there's a
homeless
lot.
veterans, man.
Yeah.
And it sucks. You're the man that went and fought for us, and instead of because these are
Can't
young
come
men
home
who
and get
just
oil.
came back from Afghanistan and Iraq,
Yeah.
you know, and they're out there, bro.
Yeah. I talked to that one guy I was telling you that sits at the corner there in Fort Pierce, and I
Yeah.
stopped and talked to him, and he was a Desert Storm veteran. You know, he went into the service in '99. He ended up there because of 9/11 in 2001. Ended up in Iraq. Next thing you know, he comes back and he's all fucked up, and he just post traumatic stress. He just, you know, they don't get the help that they need, and you see it. It
I got a
sucks.
voicemail from a vet today.
Did
As a
you?
matter of fact, he said him and his fiance came to Florida. They're living in his van. He's a disabled vet. And he wrote, I say he wrote it, but that's because I read it, it transcribes it, but he said it in a way, a very humble way, like, you know, I'm just looking for, you know, kind of a little hand up.
Yeah, just
A little
to
bit.
get the starting.
You know, I'm
place.
not looking for welfare. I'm
Yeah.
not looking, you know, kind of a thing. So,
Yeah.
of course, I blasted it to about 7 of our vet people right away. And the guy that's supposed to do the first interface, he emailed me back. He said, thanks, I'll take care of this today.
Nice.
So he will. He'll contact them and whatever. And,
Yeah.
you know, we have put a lot of people in housing with HUD-VASH,
Nice.
you know, so that's good. Okay, that pays 70%
Okay.
of their rent, so they can afford something.
Yeah.
You know, thank God. But we have guys working there. Do you what percentage disability are you?
None. Sure.
0? Now see, if we got a retired Marine.
Even though I was diagnosed PTSD.
Listen to me. We got a retired Marine working for us. Good guy. He's young too. Retired young. You know what I mean? You'll look at him and you'll get sick because he looks so young and he's a fucking retired vet, you know? But anyway, if he were sitting here right now, I know he would say to you, you and I need to talk because you're going to get a percentage of disability. And I wouldn't be surprised with the PTSD if you got 30% minimum, okay? He gets 100%. And I never got personal with him about it, why he does, you know, but he gets like $4,000 a month on his, you know, thing.
You could do that.
He walked into my house, and my stepson was there. He's a Navy vet, and he started talking to him, and he said he come over to buy some bread.
Yes.
He started talking to him, and he said, "Oh, you're a Navy vet. You get any benefits? Get any money?" No, I don't get any money. He said, "What are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
He says, "I know every time you close that hatch, it fucking bangs in your ear, and your ear probably rings when you go to sleep now."
Yeah.
You know, because this guy obviously was familiar with the ships and shit.
Yeah, you got to.
He said, "You and I need to talk."
Huh.
So they're going to get together,
Yeah.
and he will.
Yeah.
He'll get him a percentage. We got one guy there. He only gets $200 a month,
Yeah.
but it's only like 2 or 3% or some
That's
shit.
still $200 a month.
Yeah. Still
But
something.
he says, "Hey, it's my fucking phone bill."
Yeah.
And there ain't a goddamn thing wrong with that guy.
I know.
Yeah.
And he's young.
Yeah.
You need to
should do
get
it.
something.
You should do
Yeah,
it, Eddie.
I
Yeah.
found out, yeah.
But you
Yeah,
gotta think
that's
about it though, because
That's what
when
Howie
you
did.
when back in those
Yeah.
times, y'all got exposed to shit that's
Yeah.
now illegal.
So,
Some things that had class action lawsuits.
Yeah.
so I'm going to try to hook you two
Yeah,
guys
find
up.
out. Yeah, talk to him.
Eddie, I'm
Because
serious.
he's going to get a Social Security soon too.
And this
so-
guy,
I got my first check.
Yeah.
and this
so
guy's
there-
got
Yeah.
but this guy's got he's got the right heart. In other words, he knows you're a vet. You're like a brother to him. He'll want to help
Yeah.
you. It's not like, "Oh fuck, I got to fuck around with this Eddie guy." It's not like that. He'll want to do it,
Wow.
I
and
dig
you'll
that.
appreciate that.
I dig that. I know that feeling.
You'll appreciate.
I might
that
have
guy.
another guy too that might need that same help from him. It's a guy,
Yeah.
Sebastian's friend of Howie's, a friend of
Howie,
the show. Yeah, well, Howie gets the disability, but there's another guy.
See,
that-
and I like this
that's
guy
friends
getting
of
with
Howie.
people, not
Yeah.
just because he knows how to do it. He's got the heart, and he's retired veteran,
yeah,
but he's floating around our agency right now. See, he's not. I'll put it to you this way: they didn't have a go after the veterans position for him
yeah,
when he floated along, but they knew a fucking retired Marine vet. We gotta have this fucker. Gotta have.
something. Yeah,
So they pulled him in.
yeah,
So he's helping all the vets all the time, but they're paying him to fucking load and unload trucks, do stupid
yeah.
shit.
Just to have him
You know
around.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Just to keep him around.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mind at all.
yeah, because he's helping people.
He says he hasn't worked in 3 years.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he's like a bull.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, if somebody's going to come after me,
Yeah, he's
I'd put him between me and that guy.
Yeah.
For sure.
he's putting him.
But he's not a tall guy, whatever like
Yeah.
that.
But he's put in a
He's a
place where
short
he
guy,
can help
but you
people.
just know
Yeah.
could tell he's
you
strong.
wouldn't want to fuck with him.
Yeah,
You know?
but he's put in a position where he's able to help
I like
people.
his
That's
attitude.
awesome. Yeah,
I'll tell you something I haven't told anybody. One of the reasons I like him is because one day he's got character.
yeah,
One day there was one of the homeless guys was being an asshole and whatever, and he was getting real cagey, real kind of aggressive, all that shit. And he went down the hallway because somebody told him to go down the hallway and check on the guy, and he did. He went down, and he came back, and I talked to him. I said, "What happened?" He says, "Nothing happened." He says, "But I just want to tell you, if that guy wanted to do anything at all, I'd hand in my resignation and I'd take care of business." Because to him, it was more important to protect everybody in that place and not have any fucking asshole
Yeah.
do stupid shit.
And one
Exactly.
person fuck it up for everybody else.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
And that
Yeah.
was more important to him
than anything
than
else.
him having his fucking job.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really respected him
That's
after that. I
huge,
said,
yeah.
this is a real person,
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
Wow.
But
Authenticity.
nobody fucks with him because they just know. He's got that aura about him. They just know.
They just know not to,
Don't fuck
not to
with this
poke.
guy.
Yeah.
Eddie has pulled that bullshit on me so many times.
And these guys were, and these,
I don't have to
we,
step
you
in
know,
between that shit. So,
hey, well, it's some assholes.
he fucking up. I know he fucking
We
up.
get some
Listen,
assholes there.
Oh,
We
yeah,
do.
we got them all over the
One guy
place.
got pissed off at me. He goes out and he does that to my bumper, so that my horn starts going off
Oh,
and shit. I
jeez.
ran right outside. He's in his car. I said, "Did you hit my car?" Because I thought he hit it.
Yeah.
But he didn't. I could see his
Yeah.
handprints
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Assholes like that.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like you don't need them around.
No, you don't. Because
Bad
they're-
energy.
Well, they're like the battle of the.
You know
of
what's
the, of those
funny?
little bots in the Matrix.
You know, it's funny. And I never told you this. His last name is spelled Dormevil.
Oh Jesus!
I swear to God.
Oh my gosh!
Of course, they called him Dormeville,
Yeah.
but you know what I call him.
Dorm evil.
And he was in the dorm. He was in our
Yeah.
dorm.
For him evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That makes total sense. Yeah, because they're bots in the Matrix. They're Mr. Smiths. They cause chaos amongst people that are trying to do the right thing.
We're trying to help
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Yeah.
And
they
it's a
wanna cause
dog biting
chaos.
your hand.
They
You know
don't
what I
want
mean?
that- they
You're
don't
feeding
want
the
that
dog biting your hand. It's crazy.
No, they don't want the help.
You gotta ask them if they're an NPC.
Exactly.
They look at you like this.
Yeah, they're non-player characters. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got them.
Yeah, that's it.
You got to put here, didn't you?
All right, we're almost at an hour, I think. Let's see. Yep. A little over an hour.
We got carried away just talking.
Yeah. That was what we did. It was good.
No,
That was
that's
what we
what
did.
it's all about. It's conversation. That's what I like about our show.
Well, you guys definitely gave me a chance to express myself.
Beautiful. That's why this is what the
I don't
show
get a chance to just let it out.
Exactly.
Check the people that are going to listen.
Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions real quick now. Before we end the podcast, if somebody's looking for help, somebody's out there homeless and they really need some help, what's a good number they can call?
All right.
Write this number down.
I got it from him. Yeah. Good.
Well, it's 772-213 9040.
Yep.
And just for you guys here, if you need a little bit of inside help.
Yeah.
Well, John knows how to get hold of
Yeah,
me.
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people out
Now-
there. Sometimes just a number, like you said, giving them a number, some for them to do.
Yeah.
Second Tuesday of the month, we call it Super Tuesday. We open up every one of our phones. In other words, every single person has to answer their phone all day long, and that's all they do, except for lunch hour. We take a break. Otherwise, so if you call in and you get a busy signal, just redial.
All right.
You will get through.
Oh, eventually.
We get 200-300 calls that day, okay?
Yeah.
But you will get through. And that's when we want to gather up all the calls.
Okay.
Then they filter through them, see which people they can help.
All right.
Okay, that's what happens there. So second Tuesday of the month, that's important to remember. The other number is a more general number. And like I said, if you need to get me through John or whatever,
Yeah.
me personally or whatever,
Yeah.
for something.
Yeah. I'll have that veteran and Sebastian and Eddie
Now,
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that for sure, you need to let me.
Now, you had mentioned something about Naomi House. Is that what it was?
Naomi's house, yes.
Naomi's house. What do you do about not a homeless woman, but a battered woman?
Oh,
Can they go to Naomi's house?
Normally, a battered woman would go to either Indian River DV Shelter or Martin County DV Shelter. We do have a contract with the DV shelters for that.
Okay.
So when they get discharged, we take them.
Okay.
They don't get discharged to the street because a lot of those women are running away from aggression. So they don't have a place to go
Gotcha.
unless they go back to the perp.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what we try to avoid with Citizens and Bikers for a Brighter Future, is the club that I belong to, is that if we help out a battered woman, but we want to put them someplace that's safe. We just don't want to put them out.
No,
So what we do is that we take funding, we set them up in a hotel, set them up with a new phone, get them situated someplace that's safe, and then we just we check in on them periodically. But most of the time, like you said,
well, Naomi's
they go back to the abuser.
No, well, yeah, and it's
If
hard.
they don't have a place to go.
Right. No, well, yeah, Naomi's is a place
Okay, that's
where
good to
battered
know.
women do go. They normally go through, via
Yeah.
the DV shelter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the DV
Domestic
shelter
violence. Yeah.
theoretically, gets them some services they
Right.
need for their mental
Plus the
health,
safety and everything else.
advocacy and
security.
things like that. Plus, nobody knows where it is.
Right.
That's why I wasn't sure if I should say,
No,
where
don't.
that place
No,
was.
you shouldn't.
Yeah.
No,
No,
you
because they don't
did
do
the right thing.
Yeah. You usually don't let people know where
you
it's
shouldn't
at.
have. They don't have to know. If they need the information, they can know the day of,
Yeah.
and they could do it outside of our podcast where no one's addressing
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
so
Makes
I
sense.
just wanted to get people to know that, so this
No,
way
I
if ever
appreciate it.
they're struggling or anything. There's a lot of people out there struggling, I'm
there's
trying to help somebody
ton of
now.
them.
I'm getting attacked for it by my friends, but, I don't care. I'm going to keep on doing what I do because that's who I am.
There's tons of people that need help. We get calls about people having their last day in a motel, and the woman's on an oxygen machine, and the guy's got, handicap problems, and oh man, there's a lot.
A lot of heartbreaking shit out there.
You know?
I know.
And that's why, even that one day we have to do the whole day on the phone. It's not a pleasant day.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And some of the people, you just got to tell them, sorry, I can't help you. I mean, I have a lot of information in my head from doing this for so many years.
Yeah.
And I don't mind sending them out of county. I don't mind I'll send homeless people to Gainesville because they have that Grace Marketplace up there. It's a religious thing.
Oh, okay.
But they're low barrier. I mean, if you come up there with a dog, they'll take you.
Gotcha.
Nobody's like that.
Yeah.
It's a prison. They tore down the fences and everything, and they made the cells bedrooms so they can serve a lot of people.
Interesting.
And then, of course, there's tons of land, so they can have a tent city, and everybody has access to water and all that other stuff.
That's kind of cool.
I used to see a guy down in Fort Pierce. He used to sleep. The old Orange Blossom Mall. Remember when it was a mall?
Mm-hmm.
But in the middle of the outlet mall.
Yeah.
Excuse me, the outlet mall. In the middle of that, there was a bank.
Yeah.
And he used to sleep there.
Okay.
So I'd come by about every 2 or 3 days, and I'd bring him food and water and stuff like that. And I'd tell him, man, don't you ever get tired of sleeping out here? Like, what's up with that? So one day I told him about the market, the Grace Marketplace. I told him it's up in Gainesville. That's where the Gators play.
Yeah.
I said, it's up Route 70. I said, if you can get there. And then I told him, I laid it out for him, what he would get, what they have, what they would offer. They put everybody on a housing plan, and they assign them a housing case manager. They work with the local employers, and they work with the local landlords. And everybody's goal is 30 days, to be out into housing in 30 days. Now, of course, not everybody makes that, so if you don't make it, they just re-up it for 30 days.
Yeah.
They're very spiritual, religious about it.
That's cool.
So
I think I'll check that out.
Yeah, I would like to just visit it.
Yeah.
The only fucked up thing about it, place that I wouldn't like, I'd never want to work there because they have cameras everywhere. And they're playing tape back all the time because you have that stupid, somebody stole my cigarettes and all that stupid shit. Yeah. So they're looking at camera all the time.
Oh, goodness.
So that would drive me insane.
That would drive me
crazy. It's a little
not happening.
Yeah, fuck that.
No. That's not the only bad thing I can say about it. I went to 2 presentations these guys gave at the Florida home. This was a year or 2 ago. Florida has this big, like, statewide home convention, about affordable housing and stuff in Orlando. Everybody goes up there for from Wednesday morning to Friday about noontime, and everybody leaves, And anyway, I went to both of these presentations because this sounded like the best thing going on up there that I had heard in the state of Florida. As soon as they said, oh, we're low boundary, what does that mean? You come with a dog, we'll take you and the dog. I was like, I want to hear more about this.
Yeah.
So anyway, that guy finished my story.
Yeah.
Next time I went back to feed that guy,
he was
wasn't there.
He went
saw him
to
again.
Gainesville.
I know he went there.
100%.
I know he found his way up there.
He was like,
yeah, this is gonna be better than sleeping out there. He didn't even have a mat or anything.
Right.
He slept slept on a concrete.
He probably lived there and working there too. He probably got a job.
President of the bank.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Oh man. Wow. That's a great place. You can look it up online.
I will.
It's called the Graceway Market. That's what it used to be called, Graceway Market.
Okay.
It might be Graceway Village now, for all I know. But it's Grace Marketplace.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Grace Marketplace is what it was called. I'm thinking of Graceway Village, which is down in Fort Pierce. But that's mostly for kids. They don't really serve adults. As a little village for kids.
Nice. That's
So if the kids aren't in foster care and they're homeless, they can go there.
All right.
Instead of going to foster care.
Yeah,
that's nice too.
Yeah.
By the way, just so you know, to the Up Center.
Yep.
There's an office in there of an agency called Safe Families.
Okay.
Okay? They deal with kids. They deal with the adult, but the adult has to have their own housing. Here's what's important about this. If there's an adult and they're living in their car and they have a child and they're afraid the DCF wolves are going to come around, they can go to Safe Families and talk to them. They have volunteer families that will take their kid into their home, okay? No charge, no nothing. So mom knows where the kid is.
Yeah.
Mom can see the kid anytime. They encourage that. Mom can get her act together, get a job, get her shit straightened out, and then they give her the kid back,
Okay.
which is nice. Because if the kid goes to foster care and mom gets into the court
gets lost in
system,
the system.
then you know how that
lost in the
works.
system.
Mom doesn't know where the kid is.
Nope.
Mom only gets to visit the kid an hour under
That's
supervision
it.
once a week,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and she goes through this whole court shit for
She's
a
screwed.
year.
It's all over.
minimum.
It's over. It's done.
And the
Done.
poor
She's
kid is
fucked.
struggling.
And that's
the poor kid.
and that's
yeah,
always been
gets
by
all messed
design.
up.
It's all by design too.
So-
to take the
so
kids
safe-
away from the
Safe
family.
families is the way to go.
All right.
That way, mom can see the kid anytime she wants.
right.
Kid can see mom.
Beautiful.
Knows where the kid is. Everything. It's right. And they have an office in the Up Center.
Okay.
But you can look up Safe Families online too, and you'll see they list the national offices.
I've
It's like
seen-
in Chicago
I've seen
or
it
something.
before.
Okay.
But they
check
have
it
a
out.
local office right here, and they list that,
All right.
and they do answer the phone. I've only dealt with them a few times. One time, I just got somebody on the phone right away. It
Yeah.
was like 5 o'clock at night. It's like a Friday. Like nobody wants to work Friday,
Right.
5 o'clock at night. And this woman was like, "Hey, if she needs to come in with her kid, whatever, just have her call me. I'll interview her." The time didn't matter. I was impressed.
Nice.
And then I just had to contact them like 2 weeks ago. There's a woman sleeping with her kids in the car down by the marina,
Okay.
and the cops were, basically, not going to put up with that anymore, especially since they changed the law now.
Exactly.
So I told her, "Look, these are your choices. Okay, look, she had 3 kids. Said, look, you put your kids here, at least you'll know where they are.
Exactly.
You get your
Because they'll get
job-
taken away.
Because
That's
she,
it. It's
she lost
over.
her job or something. I said,
Oh,
you get
yeah.
your job back,
She'll be
get
fucked.
straightened out,
Yeah.
and you get the kids back. It's a good deal.
For
it's,
real,
it's,
yeah.
it's a resource not too many people know about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, you don't want to lose your kid, but it's better
No.
than foster care.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
And if you had a kid, would you want a kid to sleep in a car or
No,
sleep with
it's
these
a nice
volunteer
one,
people that you know,
That
that
you can
you've
come and
met,
see wherever
that you
you want.
sat down and talked to,
At least you
that
know
you
where
can go
they're at.
see anytime
Yeah.
you want.
Well,
You know what I
makes
mean?
sense.
So anyway, all right, that's it for me.
No, that's it. That
Well,
was
man,
perfect. That was perfect. Yeah.
thanks for coming,
Dan.
brother.
Thanks
Appreciate
for coming.
Dan.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Hey,
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
having me.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you
Always
being
good
here,
having
man.
you.
Yeah.
Always,
Update
man.
us
Because
always.
just the information you never
For real,
put
the
out.
information.
Yeah.
is-
For outreach, outreach centers and all that other stuff. It's important. You got so many homeless people, and it's nice to know that there's resources out there. There's not like there's nothing out there. They are resources.
Yeah,
So
100%.
make sure you guys reach out to
One
them.
more thing,
Yep.
John, you might know where this place is. I don't know if Eddie does or not. It's a place in Fort Pierce. I think it used to be called the Hilltop Inn. It's this big hill before
I
you.
know.
Oh, I know what
I
you're
know.
talking about. Yeah.
It's way up on the side of the whatever.
What is that now?
Well, the city of Fort Pierce took that over,
Okay.
and they're going to completely refurbish it. And then we're going to put. I don't know if it's going to be co-ed yet or not. We're going to put nothing but veterans in there. There's a
Really?
lot of rooms in
Wow.
there.
Nice.
There is,
And they're
yeah.
going to put bunk beds.
Nice.
I think they're going to put 2 sets of bunk beds in each one.
Wow.
So
Wow,
they're
it's
going to be
4
able.
people.
They're going to be able to put a lot of people in there.
That's awesome. Praise
Wow.
God. That's
So-
nice.
And hopefully that'll be happening.
I drove
about
down.
mid-year.
Yeah.
I drove down because the girl that works for me was living on a boat. And it's funny that we both mentioned that hillside thing.
Yeah, the Hilltop
And-
Inn.
yeah,
I know
Hilltop
exactly what it
Inn.
is. Yeah.
And now you just mentioned that. I'll let her know tomorrow.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's cool, man.
All right.
But
That's
anyway,
very
thanks
cool.
for coming,
That's
Billy. Do
very cool.
appreciate
Yeah.
you coming and the information.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man.
God bless you. Make sure you guys share the show, please, man. Thanks again for listening.
And thanks to Caps as well. Stay human, guys.
Love, peace, chicken grease, baby. We out.
We out.